going on, YouTube?
Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Landon, Huffman here, back with another race day vlog. It's week 2 at Hickory Motor Speedway. We are waiting in line here to park our beautiful High Rock Vodka number 75 Chevrolet for early morning practice. We just got signed in. It's going to be a good day. We've got twin 40s tonight. Going to take you guys with us. So got in a bang up last week in the first race, rebounded in the second. So we're looking for a much better afternoon today. We got racing at 6 o'clock live on Flow, and we're looking for a good day. So you spoke to RJ this morning.
I did. He sounded rough.
RJ's absent today. He's got a kidney stone.
He's on his deathbed.
Yeah, he's either giving birth or he's got a kidney stone. We're not sure. The way it sounded, it was one of those two.
I hope it passes.
His belly didn't look like he's pregnant, so I think he's got a kidney stone. I think he's telling the truth this time.
So we're without RJ today. Maybe he might show up.
I think Rich is wanting to be picked
Oh,
up.
okay. Rich is okay. Let's go. Black wheels this week. So earlier we had a catastrophe. What happened?
So I had 2 cases of sun drop in one hand and a case of water in the other. And I was on the turn 1 end of the speedway. I had walked all the way from my truck like this, and I got to that tow truck about the time both cases of sun drop just exploded.
Well, it's because you dropped them.
No. They never left my hand. The boxes literally broke and started dumping sun drops. The only reason the boxes ever ended up on the ground was because I was having to stop sun drop.
Dumping them on the racetrack.
Yeah.
So we just got finished with morning practice, but I was sitting here ready to roll out, and Dad come over the radio and said, well, Travis is really struggling to get across the track. So then by the time I got backed out and looked up, all I seen was sun drops rolling across the track, spewing everywhere, and Travis trying to wrangle them up like a herd of cats.
We only lost only one sun drop busted. That was the one you saw spewing. The rest of them still pristine.
I lift all of these people up to you that are in the pits and around and our officials. I never.
We were 8th in first practice on old tires, our race tires from last week. We still ran a 30, so I felt like that was really good. I think quick time, everybody in front of us put tires on. A couple of cars mocked up with a fresh set, and they were running. I think the fastest was a 98. So I think we're really good. I'm excited. My High Rock Chevy rotating the center good. We got good drive, so hopefully we got all our kinks worked out. Seth's bringing our qualifying tires back in now, so we actually skipped second practice, and we're about to get qualifying tires on, roll through tech, and then we'll get ready for qualifying. In qualifying, it didn't turn in a 40-acre field. I barely went faster than when we ran our race tires last week. So we're starting 12th. So you guys are going to be in for a good vlog, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see.
There we go.
All right, almost fudged it. Last one. All right, let's take some pictures so I can go back down.
I bet your pops.
He's getting old.
Can't read, can't see.
Last week was Mom's 64th birthday, so we had to take her out for dinner for the birthday.
I hear you. It was a mess. All right, 40 laps.
What?
We're in the back, so I'm gonna see what I can do.
Thank you guys for hard work all week, getting this thing back together per usual. Sorry we're back here in a mess, but we'll take care of it. Try to go to the front here. Pace car's off here, be ready. Let's back it up, man. 28's backing up, 28. Shane's backing up. There you go, be smarter. You missed the shift, I heard it. Still too wide here. Still too wide. Ain't nothing I can do for you yet. Still too wide here. Dang it, man. Come on. Can't do it so much, sorry. I take it rear end knocked out from under. That's kill. Just park it down there. Gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Gotta help me watch where they're heading at, man. Yeah, when I'm tucked up behind them, I can't see that. I don't even know what it was. The two friggin' leaders wrecked each other. Get it on forward down there and figure out what it's knocked out from under it.
Well, as you just seen, they wrecked in front of me. The leaders did. I didn't see it in time. Tried to check up, avoided the 6, bounced off the outside wall, and broke the track bar, bent the right front lower ball joint, bent the left rear shock. We tried to get back out, but it just wasn't in the cards. The race only had one caution. It was already back green. We gave it our best effort, but at this point, we're just trying to prepare for race 2. Okay, so our left rear shock was bent. How did you straighten it?
I don't straighten it. It's on a trailer.
So the left rear shock was bent.
How'd you bend it?
You didn't tell me they were wrecking.
How'd you bend it?
I hit the wall. You didn't tell me they were wrecking.
Yeah, I did.
After I hit the wall.
I couldn't tell you they was wrecking before they wrecked.
At this point, we're on the grid for race 2, and we're rolling off 16th. They've already put us in line, and we're getting ready to fire the engines. This is where all hell breaks loose.
Why are they not telling us that? Why didn't an official come down there and tell us? Hey. Yeah. They need to go over this crap and driver's meeting. This is a crap shot. Hey, what about the 88? He's in the same boat, right? I've got sponsors and shit to race for. Like, I can't just stop the shit. Let me go out here and run 20 laps then.
So what's happening right here is we lined up and got ready for the second race. The racetrack's now telling us that we can't race because we didn't run at least 20 laps in the first race on our tires, which nothing was said to us. There's no rule in the rule book. Nothing was said in the driver's meeting. And they're telling us that we basically have to start and park or put it on the trailer.
Nobody told us. Couldn't say it in the driver's meeting either. If they would have said it in the driver's meeting or had an official come down there and tell us that, then it's different. They didn't. There was nothing said. We're making rules up. Put the sumbitch on the trailer. I'm racing. Put the car on the trailer.
See Landon Huffman over there at the driver's window of the pace car. I really have no idea what he's doing.
We were given the option to collect last place points and last place purse and start and park. We were told we could not advance our position at all in the final race. Given this is not in the rule book, this is not mentioned in the driver's meeting, there was no such thing said about laps on your tires. Obviously, we were in a wreck. We had pretty severe damage that we had to work on. We didn't have enough time to get back out there in the first race. There was no options presented to us by officials to say, hey, you could pull out of the tire shed or you could go in behind the limited cars and run laps. None of that was said to us. So here I am out at the pace car trying to get Kevin Piercy, the track promoter, to come down to the pace car and speak with us, give us an option. It's not fair because we've spent our money just like everyone else. We busted ass on our race car to be able to get back out on the track, and they're telling us that we can't race. So this whole altercation at the pace car was me explaining to the officials that nothing was said in the driver's meeting. This isn't a rule. They all agreed, but the promoter still would not come down and speak with us And even he knows that this isn't a rule written in a rule book anywhere. So basically, we are getting screwed. Not only me, but the 88 car Doug Barnes and the 23 car Cade Brown. And so I'll just let you guys watch the rest of this video, but it's pretty pathetic.
Looks like they're having an adult discussion down there for sure.
Naturally, this went about as expected. Kevin never came out of the office, and even though the officials agreed that nothing was said and nothing was spoken to us about it and that it wasn't right, the promoter wouldn't come down and resolve the issue. So eventually this dissipated. I walked back to my car, we loaded up, and that was that. And then I was told to go to the office and have a meeting with Kevin afterwards, which I included my thoughts in the video as well. And also thank you to Doug Barnes for allowing us to use this footage. Check out his YouTube channel, Air Doug, as well, for another side of this story. So you've already seen, but we didn't get a chance to run the second race because the track would not allow us to do so. It's under caution right now, but essentially we wrecked in the first race, which you guys seen, knocked the rear end completely out from under it, thrashed on it, worked our ass off to get it back to where we could race it for the second race. And then they wouldn't allow us to race once we lined up because we didn't run at least 20 laps on our tires in the first 40. Because apparently that's a thing. And I asked and said multiple times, it was not mentioned in the driver's meeting by anyone. I went to the director that gave the driver's meeting, and he said, no, I did not say that, and it was not mentioned. And then while we're sitting down here working on our race car and thrashing, not a single official come down here and let us know, hey, you guys have to run 20 laps on your tires, otherwise you can't run, or you have to draw tires out of the shed. Not a single word was told to us. Nothing was said, and we rolled out to get ready to race, and they wouldn't let us race. So it's complete and utter bullshit, to be honest with you. It's crooked. This place has always struggled with that. It's just unfortunate. You know, I love this place with everything I've got, but until it gets ran by someone who understands and can relay the message accordingly and properly, it's going to always have these problems. I've got sponsors and fans and people that come out here every Saturday night and support. My crew works for nothing. We bust our ass, and to not get a chance to race when the car is ready because of a made-up rule that wasn't enforced or stated in the driver's meeting is just unfortunate. So I don't know what the future holds for us here at this racetrack. My dad makes it pretty adamant that he's not coming back to the shithole, so I guess we'll just have to take it week to week. Essentially all we did was walk out there and make them wait. We asked the promoter, Kevin Piercy, to come down and speak with us on the track, because it wasn't just us, it was the 88 team, the 23 car, multiple teams had this issue because we all wrecked. And we asked Kevin to come down, and he wasn't decent enough to come speak face to face with us and resolve the issue. And so here we are. All right, so we just had my meeting with the promoter, which I wasn't allowed to take a phone in, no electronics. And they basically said that they didn't mention it in the driver's meeting, that it's not a written rule on paper, and that an official never came down there to inform us of said unwritten rule, but because they've mentioned it in previous drivers' meetings on weeks, not today, that we should understand that it's an unwritten rule. So take that for what it's worth. Every single official sitting there looking at me, I mean, I don't understand. I just can't deal with corruption. And Kevin is the promoter, Kevin Piercy. He works really hard. I have a lot of respect for how hard he works for the racetrack, but just because you work hard and you put a lot on the line for a place doesn't mean you're doing it right. There's got to be better communication so stuff like tonight doesn't happen, because we busted ass for nothing and we didn't get to race for a rule that's not even in the rule book. He said he'll make sure that it's a black and white rule. I said, you should, because it's not right at all. So I don't know, but that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, like the channel or like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.